All right.
Okay.
So you guys come on in.
Yeah, so here we have the camera to start out with this. You have a 50-foot HDMI on this. We've coiled up a lot of the cabling over here just for the time being. Feel free to place this wherever you need to place it. In terms of, it kind of seems like you guys have a little bit of a sense of, you know, the legs there. It's just an open and then you can extend them down or pull them all the way back up if you wanted to put it on top of a table or something like that. The center here is how you get your horizontal positioning. So if there's an unlock and a lock here, so if I were to unlock this, I would be able to move this around on top here, like so. There is a level dot that's inside, that's if you look down, there's a dot that goes inside. That's actually an air bubble for leveling. We would want to level that out, and then we would want to tighten that back up. So you may be on an uneven ground, uneven floor, and you may need to adjust the horizon of this device. There's also a few other adjustments on the sides in terms of, you know, this moving left and right, this moving up and down, that I've kind of tightened to a point where I would be comfortable using this. You want them a little tight. You don't want it to be just falling. You want it to be nice and smooth. So as of right now, that's a pretty smooth operation and control of that. Feel free to I'll leave the manual and you can kind of mess around and see if you want to tighten them all up and it's just one static shot, or if you're going to be moving around like that. Either way, there's a lot of different things you can do.
Now, one question that came up Sunday was, is this manually operated with that handle?
Yes.
Is it, there's no remote capability?
So the remote capability is the remote that's attached here in terms of zooming in and out. You can turn the camera on and off. You can start the record, and it's actually set to an autofocus right now, but if it was on manual focus, you have a button for focusing in or out. But no, this is not a camera that is controlled with a piece of equipment. If you're looking for something like that, that would be something outside of.
Sure.
Yeah, this has got to be a manually controlled, or it's just sits static and you get one
Yeah.
shot, wherever that shot may be, and then that's your shot there.
And during the course of a service, it's not like we have a bunch of different views that we want. You know, through the preaching time, I would expect that it would be up there to show the stage wide enough so that I could wander and it would still capture me. During singing, it could be, you know, over by Susan and you and Mary. So I wouldn't think that would be an issue.
Yeah, and even during the singing, it could just be a back shot of the whole church, or
Yeah.
if there was a person really attending to that a lot, they could focus on different people or
Yeah.
move it around.
The thing we're going to have to figure out now, Justin, whether it's you or somebody else, we're just going to have to put this. You know, that's actually reachable. The concern was that you know, you're on the board, and we don't want you to be too much multitasking.
Well, I might just be standing up a little more than I do usually.
Yeah. Yeah, or whoever, and there could be someone here to help you. Like Suzanne said, she'd be glad to do it up until the time the kids go to Sunday school. So, and we could move this.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
yeah.
That could be moved.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yep.
There is a switch on top here. It is pushed forward for camera. That turns your camera on. This screen on the side here does pull out so that you can actually watch it through there. You can watch it through the eyepiece as well. Obviously, this is a little bit more accessible for somebody that's standing back and using it like that kind of camera, whereas, you know, like the old style kind of looking through it, you don't use that as much, but you do have that option. The center position of this switch is off. With turning the camera off, I would turn it to the center position. I would close this here. And then actually on the other side here, let me see if I can spin this around. You have an open and a closed for the front of the camera. That's what's gonna protect your lens. So we're gonna close that up after you're all done. And then turning it on, I would open that up. I would flip open the screen. Now front is camera, but if we wanted to watch some of the footage on the camera itself without taking the SD card out, you can actually switch it back, which is media. And then if there was clips in here, there isn't any right now, we would be able to watch some of those clips directly on the screen here, as opposed to taking the SD card out, loading it to the computer, and then watching it there. So they give you that option as well on the camera. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch this to camera in the front. We'll
So you
get
could
it.
have like a little clip of something recorded onto that SD card and put it in there instead, not mess with the computer. That's
Yeah.
cool.
So yeah, I guess with this setup, we are recording to something else and streaming out there. But you can always record with the camera itself. Yes, there is an SD card that's been
Yeah, I
provided.
was thinking of having something, say you took something off the internet or something you wanted to show, you could do it through that.
No.
Okay.
No, that's a little bit different.
Okay.
What you're talking about. You can do that with the software here. So if you had clips or pictures, stuff like that, that you wanted to present in the live stream or something like that, you do that all with the computer. It's a little bit more involved than I think the setup that you have right now is. You do have the capability to obviously present to your projector and then to the screen up there. And then we actually wanted to talk to you about whether you wanted the ability to what you're going to be presenting as a slideshow to go out to the live stream as well. Because Chris kind of realized that you guys hadn't really talked about that, and that he didn't think that you were actually going to need that. And the slideshow is actually more for just locally in here.
Yeah, well, I mean, what I thought was that if the angle view is, if it's wide enough, it could capture what's on the screen anyway. Might be hard to see on a video, but
Yeah.
that's all I was thinking of.
If you wanted that capability, we have a HDMI splitter in the van that would take the output of that HDMI that's outputting right now into your system that goes to here, and we would just split it off, and then you would have an additional source on the A10 Mini Pro there. So we would be able to accommodate for that if you wanted.
So
the
that there would
ability.
be, it would be like a split screen.
So you would
that
have to go. You would have to go back and forth between
Oh,
each
yeah.
one.
I
That's
don't-
the other piece of that.
Yeah, I don't know what you think. Do you know if you follow what he's saying?
Yeah, but.
I don't-
Maybe just go with what we're doing for the future, and then in the future.
Yeah,
we're going to
maybe.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you could capture what's on the screen with a wider angle view
Yeah,
from
and
here.
if you wanted to really capture something in particular,
You could zoom in.
Give him a sign and you could zoom right in. on
Right,
it.
right.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah. If you find that that doesn't work for you, like you said, in the future, let us know and we can accommodate for that. And then yes, you would have two different sources there that you would need to toggle. So a little bit extra work for you.
And as far
It
as,
have to be somebody that was really attentive and understood what was going on, which he will.
Yeah. And we could even, I could even show you what that looks like. My laptop is right here. Ultimately, what you would have is you would have an additional source here, and that segues perfectly into the E10 Mini stuff. So just